What's going on, folks? DK in patch 1.16, continuing Yells of Freedom here. We're on mission 7 now, I think. Yeah. Wrath of the Swarm Red area. So let me lower that volume a little. That should be fine. Let's get that started. It's a big map. Red area, quadrant B1, planet Korhal IV. Good work, my child. Those foolish Terrans wouldn't dare to interfere with my plans again. As for you, Shinra, what was that matter important enough to discuss with me? That was a bad sentence. During my dire state of soreness before your arrival, I saw a person who seemingly was the leader of that tier squadron that was attacking me, and it was for sure you aren't going to be Jin Raynor, surely. That cursed... No, Kerrigan. It was Samir Duran. Duran? With the Terrans? Impossible. I can hardly believe it too, but it was what I have seen in the Akli Valley before your arrival. It was very confusing during the battle between the Terrans and my minions, of course, but I have no doubt that it was him. But it doesn't make sense. What would Duran be doing with those Terrans? They must have abducted him. That would explain his mysterious disappearance and that he's not with the Terrans. Were you able to identify the faction which those Terrans belong to? Yes, they were members of the Dominion Marine Corps, but I highly doubt they'd taken him as a hostage. It almost seemed like Duran was leading that Terran force. I don't want to hear again that Duran has betrayed us, Shimura. Duran has been kidnapped by Arcturus Manx's forces, and we're going to rescue him. And don't dare to find me again. Duran is very important for my purpose. My child! We're going to Quadrant B1 on Korhal. There's one of the largest prison networks on the Terran sector, but we can't risk launching a large-scale attack against the Dominion Throne world. I only want to locate the central computer of that sector and look through the archives so we can locate Duran. This way, we'll know why the Dominion is so interested in him, or something. Some wacky sentence there. Bring Kerrigan to the central computer and she must survive. Do you remember the last mutalists that helped you in previous tasks? Here they are, but this time morphed. They'll serve you well. Now crush our enemies. So we have a weaker version of Kokoza Guardian form and a super overpowered Devourer. Okay. But the Devourer is actually not a hero unit.
Yes.
Since there is no hero unit model for Devourers. I don't know why, but they probably should have added that for the for Brood War. I mean, they added Samir Duran, so they could have at least added the Devourer as a hero, but they didn't. So. And seeing as this campaign isn't modded, obviously these units will not be in blue, will not be white wireframe. I mean. Okay, so the Goliaths have Terran boosters, and they're apparently Terran Dominion. Okay, let's be careful here. Get rid of the missile turrets first. Kerrigan does kick-ass damage, 50 standard. Okay, let's set up our base here. And yeah, I'll just wait. Yeah, scant it now since we're on Korhal. Let's go with the... So we just need to go over here. I figured the computer would be like all the way on the other side, but it's actually very close, so...
I'm listening.
But we need to have Kerrigan alive, so I have to be mindful of that. And meanwhile, let's scout out here. So seeing as how the Devourers don't have white wireframe, unlike the hero Kokoza unit model, that means when we morph the Mutalists into Devourers, they're gonna turn into this overpowered Devourers. But I doubt it's gonna. But when we turn the Mutalists into into a guardian, it's not gonna be these hero guardians, I believe, unless it's triggered. Unless the map maker put a trigger. But that also means whenever we that means that the Devourers cost food, hence we have 11 supplies. So you know, Devourers cost 2 supply or 2 control, and then 3 drones. You know, Prodigal, I see that the genetic structure of your larva is partially damaged. It must have happened back on Tersonis. You wouldn't be able to spawn any arrow unit during this mission. Oh, okay, that's what. Oh, we can't. Okay, so then what that basically means is so that means we can't make Mutalisks, so that means these Devourers are pretty much hero units. Hero units that cost food or control. Okay. Nothing too shabby here. I'll just wait here. Kerrigan is in. So I don't wanna recklessly throw my air units then. They're gonna be pivotal against the Terrans, I believe. Okay, I thought that was an air unit, but okay, so this is a lot of minor expand. No gas though. Okay, let's keep scouting to our west side and see what's up. Here's some gas. Okay, we're gonna keep making drones here. Reps over speed at least. So this kind of reminds me of Blue War Mission 7 Observed, where Telemantras, I think. Summer Duran led the Zerg Swarm against Kerrigan Swarm against the Protoss Dark Templar on Shakuras, and then like in that mission we couldn't actually spawn any air units or do drops. Okay, so there's a gas expand here now. Let's keep scouting west. Okay, now it's time to get a supply. Not supply. I keep saying supply depot or spawning depot for some reason. I guess I'm just too used to playing carry, that's why. Hopefully I can find the Protoss campaign, custom campaign. I mean, my impending doom is a Protoss custom campaign, not modded. But okay, we'll get an overload now and do this. Gonna save again. We'll just zigzag and just scout out the entire map. Just some terrain work here, island.
Yes.
We have enough mineral counts in each of our mineral fields, so it's good to know. Okay, let's start pumping gas. Okay, so nothing unusual here at the moment. Okay, some Terran Dominion Marines here that get one-shotted by our pseudo Kokoza Guardians. Okay, I'll start getting an evolution chamber, an extra hatchery if possible. I see some orange here. Let's actually kill them. They have stim upgrade already. Nothing Kerrigan can handle. Okay, I'll move my drone here. Wow, that's a lot of Terran Marines.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay, we have to pick up our drone. Yeah, our Guardians can handle this. That's a lot of Marines and medics. Yeah, look at that. And there's spider mice too. I gotta be watchful for that then. Okay, let's get Carapace, get that, get all that.
What is it now?
Okay, let's get rid of the spider mice with our hero units. Do we have antenna upgrade? I think we have antenna upgrade. So antenna is the sight range upgrade on Overlords. Hey, that's good for me, I guess. Okay, let's keep scouting here. Okay, where do you want to go next? Let's go for orange units. Okay, more spider mines I see. Kill that Stampede. Okay, we'll get a missile attack, we'll get that, we'll get an Overlord. Oh, we still never, because we used 300 minerals before the drone could morph into a hatchery. Okay. Let's just slowly upgrade. We're gonna get 300 minerals in no time. Okay, let's check out if there's spider mines there too. Okay. Our Hydra den's completed. Yeah, as I figured, there's a bunch of spider mines. But seeing as how our Devourers are not hero units, that means the Terran AI can actually use irradiate on our units. I believe the AI behavior for science vessels, they don't really prioritize using irradiate on hero units. But yeah. But since our Devourers are actually just a modified normal unit, it will, unfortunately, but we'll just have to deal with that. Okay, whoa, there's... Alright, let's be careful here. Oh gosh. We gotta go back, we gotta go back. Alright, so the Goliaths are a problem here. Okay, let's see. I'll make another hatchery here. Okay, we're getting an Overlord. We need to heal up our Guardians, actually. So. Yeah, let's put them here. Okay, be careful, yo. Kerrigan can handle those pathetic Terran units by itself. Look at that. I'll just need to create defenses here. Okay, this Guardian is getting healed up nicely. Yeah, let's get Carapace or not. We need more minerals. Right now we're fine with gas. But I feel like we're gonna run out of gas real quickly.
Yes.
So I should be careful here. And since I made my Hydra den this weirdly, now our drone's gonna take like a second slower to mine gas. But that's whatever. I don't mind. I wish in the remaster they'll actually like add like at least for the campaign map editor they can allow like units to be normal units to become like hero units, like instead of having blue wireframe, like have white white frame. I can't pronounce that word for some reason, but yeah. We can get queens, but not very necessary. And start out upward. Get more defenses. Make a ring of defenses. And that should be fine. Here, there's also another mineral expander. Yikes, that's a lot. Hey, not that I'm complaining. That's good for me, right? Okay, there's enough drones here. I am slowly losing gas, so I'm gonna concentrate on creating zerglings now. So this will be another sunken spore and another spawning sun colony here or something. This should be fine. Yeah, that should be. I'll make another, like, just in case they attack from the bottom side. Let's make more units. I'm gonna add another hatchery soon. Okay, let's get rid of those turns. Terran Dominion, but that's not red. Triggered. Okay, let's see. Let's get another hatchery here. It's a lot of resources though. And since this is taking place like after Brood War, aren't the Dominions like crippled or something? Or am I missing something? Because like Kerrigan betrayed everyone. She like literally bamboozled people at the end of Brood War. Okay, that should be fine. Get overlords here. This one's blinded, so this one is basically worthless. So I'll put that over there. I guess the Dominion having medics makes sense because this is post-Brood War, and we know in StarCraft 2 the Dominions indeed use medics without optical flare and restoration, of course, but that's just me. Okay, let's see. I have a feeling this place is gonna be super heavily guarded. I can also expand here for gas, which I will consider doing. Okay, let's tech to hive. More zerglings, hydralisks, whatever. Let's rally all the way over here now. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna expand here right now. Come on, there you go. Our devourers can scout out. I think in Ascension of Duran, the mapmaker, since it was modded, he was able to mod the unit, the devourer, to be a Kokoza unit with the actual hero white color in the frame. He also made a hero scourge unit too, so that's just a possibility with mods. Hallelujah, mods. But mods so hard, yo. Alright, let's get rid of orange over there. I believe we can do it.
Yes.
Because we crippled them pretty strong earlier. Oh, I forgot to loot the Zerg music again. Yo. Kerrigan can loot the assault here. Okay, more units. That looks great. And we'll get adrenal glands now, or never. Okay, get rid of that tank, yo. Anything here that we need to look out? Not really, just a lot of spider mines and whatnot. Alright, looks good. I'm doing great without with the 12 unit limit selection. Anyway, Yeah, we'll make more drones and transfer to that expand.
What is it now?
Okay, let's be careful. It's a very peculiar map. You can also get Ultralist, but I feel like they're not. You don't need that. You don't need those yet. At least in my opinion. Okay, let's load these babies up here. Over there. Okay, we're fine. Okay, I might need to cancel this. Okay, no need. Actually, let's get some defenses here. Okay, more units. I never got a Geno glance. We need gas ASAP here. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, more. We'll make a ring of like colonies. Okay, let's got down here. I wonder what over here. It's gotta be. It's more spider mites. Okay, there's a bridge there. I'll keep that in mind. For now, more Zerglings. Let's regroup. Oh, they're over there. So I guess orange is the main AI unit that we're facing against in this map. It's a lot of spider mites though. That's actually wrecking.
Yes.
Okay, let's go over here and see what's up. Just missile turrets. Alright, that seems to be orange's main base. Oh crap! I just misattacked, and that scientist just EMP'd my poor Kerrigan and got blinded. Alright, Kerrigan, let's stay in the back. You did good. Okay, more sunken here, more stuff. We'll bring our overlords and whatnot. Get more units. Kerrigan can just take care of the tank in the back. Alright, there seems to be a crap ton of units in the back. Alright, let's get back a bit.
Yes.
You lost a lot of units actually, so I gotta be careful here. Synchronize my attack. Okay, Kerrigan's still doing fine. Alright, let's stay back. Let's wait for our guardians here. Okay, spore colony, more drone, more Zerling, more Hydra lurker, whatever. Yeah, Zerlings just rip apart tanks. Oh, my guardian's been all the way there.
Yes.
Alright, yo, looks good, yo. I can actually add another hatchery if I want, which I will. Spore, Kerrigan's fine.
Yes.
Alright, Kerrigan, get back. Where's your god now, boy? Okay, mine. You can get Nidus kills though, right? Oh, okay, so there's the entrance. Okay. So yeah, this is indeed Orange's main base. Okay, let's go up here. Try to get that stealth if you can or not. Alright, well that takes care of that. Are we supposed to drop our units over here? Like, because there seems to be a tar river here. We still didn't lose any hero units. Not counting Kerrigan, of course. Kerrigan needs to survive in there. Okay, we can create lurkers, so I'll do just that. Meanwhile, we'll keep reinforcing like this, and we'll use the 2 drones here to get, not that, this. Did I make 2 drones? Whatever. Oh Jesus, that was close. For the save? Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's have Kerrigan inside the Overlord for protection. And I'll hockey this one instead of Kerrigan being one. Alright. And our Devourers can rip apart his battle cruisers because it does 60 freaking damage. And every time Devourers attack a unit, air unit specifically, it slows them down and it reduces their armor. So it's pretty good, yeah, that's enough drones here. This is my main drone production facility. It's a warehouse, I want to call it. Okay, let's go here. How? Let's go. Yeah, boom. Look at that. So, puny little raids here. Paper planes. You know, that's the term that people call raids. You know, other names for raids. Because they're just too fragile. Oh. Okay, scout out that. Okay, let's go. The necessary units are pretty helpful though. I have to admit. Get some low-add defilers and ultralisk in the mix. We're like wasting our gas very rapidly. And as for these drones, I'll transfer here, I guess, because there's more minerals here. Okay, should be fine. So orange base is done. They also had nukes, huh? Nuclear silos. Okay, you just need to venture all the way to the right side now. Do I need to lose them? I'll get everything, yo. I'll get everything. Alright, let's go to the other side now. I swear, if we have to make if we have to drop like missiles all over. Is there like a drop location? Not really. I'll still make more units for now. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh no, it's water. No, actually there's high ground up there. We can. You don't need to drop and unload. That's like one of the worst things that I don't like to do in StarCraft 1. Because you have to click so many times and micromanage better. Okay, let's see what happens if you right click like this. A click, I mean. I keep saying right click. It's the force of habit from Dota 1, okay? Okay, let's go. Yes, there is indeed. Alright, like... Okay, looks like it's not very heavily defended. Are defilers still coming? Oh gosh, we just lost one hero unit. That's actually technically a normal unit. And we almost got our Kerrigan killed here. Oh gosh. Okay, now I know what to do though. One low Kerrigan here. Okay, so just want to make a bunch of ultras. Okay, let's go over here, then shift click here so our units can go without me clicking every time. I just used the Guardians here. I think I lost another Guardian. So I lost the Guardian and the Devourer. Feels bad. They're 3-3 upgraded, no wonder. I guess I can spawn Brulin. Okay, more units, more units, more units. It's just a big bunch of... Come on, you can make it! Okay, never mind. Tanks are 3-3. Wow, that takes care of that. It's not too hard. Alright, so definitely, if you had access to air units, this would have been way too easy. These Marines are actually tearing apart my Ultras, even with the armor upgrade. They have Valkyrie that's easily disposable by our Devourers. Enhanced ones. Which will do that right now. So it's just a ring of defenses, basically. Okay, let's get back with it. Anything else, it's just right click. We pretty much covered the entire map. Pretty much. They did quite the Valkyries did quite a damage. So basically, if we didn't want to drop, we could have dropped, to be honest, but if we didn't want to drop, we had to traverse all the way like this, like a zigzag, which I just did. So, okay, let's cloak by unit here. Dominion Central Capital, so Zerg, Beliza Zerg, what does that mean? Enter name, please. Duran Samir. Searching. One moment, please. No files found within the prison database. How peculiar. Duran's name isn't in the prison database. That would mean that Duran isn't a hostage of Arcturus Maxi. ... However, the computer is giving me some coordinates upon entering Duran's name. Braxis? Maybe Duran isn't held on Korhal but on Braxis. We must find what's happening here. To Braxis! Oh, okay, that was it, man. That was very... Beliza Zerg. That does that mean is the Zerg beacon in like Spanish or something? We'll never know. And I feel like the map maker purposely did it like that. Turning the minions to 30 minutes. I get. If I knew like the map was this straightforward, it shouldn't have taken me like this long. But I could have probably cut like 10 minutes. But a lot of the maps area I wasn't used to, so. But then again, even in the original campaign of StarCraft 1, it was sort of like that. The original campaign, not through World though. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will, continue playing Yells of Freedom, and eventually we'll get to the Protoss side, which is episode 8. But for now, DK signing off here.